So what would you come up with?
I'm back to the red meat. I'm very simple.
Red meat.
Yeah, I like red meat with my red wine.
No, okay, Nels, whatever. What would you come up with?
Like a beef stew or something.
A beef stew would go really well.
Beef-
Sometimes beef stews are made sweet,
Stroganoff.
and this
Counterbalance.
there would be a struggle with that. But what would you think of a simple turkey spaghetti sauce on pasta?
Yes.
Very simple, very tomatoey, and this would complement it well.
Because of the acidic from the tomato or sweet sauce? Not a sweet sauce.
Not
It would
sweet,
have to be
without the
very
sugar.
acidic
It would
sauce.
have to be acidic.
Mhm,
But you
acidic
could also
tomato.
do, why am I coming up with green olives, chicken, onions, and various other things. Notice
that
the
would be
counterpoint of the green olives, this would complement it. But there's no question, the red meat would be the best with this.
So no sweetness. You wouldn't pair any sweetness
And with any of
that?
these wines so far, you would not want sugar in your food.
We paired this with like fudge truffles as a dessert.
Fudge
And it actually
truffles.
went
that's a
really well
contradiction.
with
That's chocolate.
That's over 6% residual sugar. That's a different world.
Okay.
That's not fair. That's not fair. I'm not
That's
talking
what we
dessert.
say.
I thought it
I-
paired wonderfully.
Well,
with
I'm not
the
going to go and
chocolate
say
that-
it does or doesn't. I personally don't believe it ever does that, and a lot of people have learned to go and say that. What I'm talking about is your main dish, and your main dish is if they have the Asian kind of residual sugar a little bit in it, the wines just don't complement. But if you're a kid with 6% or 9% residual sugar, a lot of people think that Cabernet goes really well with that, with cookies and chocolate and like that. I don't.
I haven't had that experience.
I haven't
But
done
I
that.
really enjoyed the petite sirah with the chocolate.
What I'm
But
saying
yeah,
is that
not
I have no opinion on that. But if you have something that is slightly sweet, these wines won't go well with it. Typical Asian dish that has a little bit of sugar thrown in it, struggling. If you had a slightly off-dry Riesling or Gewürztraminer, that's what goes with those, and that's why we drink beer with Asian food. Because beer has a little bit of residual sugar in
Or
it.
sake.
Or sake or something like that. That's why European foods don't have residual sugar in any of their foods. They don't make them sweet because this is the style of wine that they eat.
Great with it.
I'm not talking about your chocolate cake or truffles or chocolate covered nuts with almonds and walnuts and with the cap. I'm just not going there. I'm not going there. No opinion. But don't serve this with an off-dry plate because it really won't go well for most palates. It will go well with virtually everything else. And that's why, maybe your butterfish, it won't go well because the tannin's a little bit too high. But you have something that can handle the tannin. Monkfish.
Oh, okay.
Swordfish. Definitely can do reasonably well if you add in a little bit of the Middle Eastern spices. Or Southern fare. You go and add in a little bit of cracked black pepper on the fish that lives on the bottom of the catfish. Blackened catfish with this could go really well.
Blackened catfish, yeah.
Okay, great.
Or this, and I
Wow.
can find myself online 60 minutes.
Pairing your wines with your dinners.
Oh, I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Okay, so I'm not a foodie. What I did do is I wasn't drinking for an entire year, meaning that I didn't even taste anything. I did a 3-course meal of very spicy foods of 5 different countries, 5 different spices, and I paired them with sweet Rieslings. And I never even tasted it, and it was complemented with how well they went together. Okay.
Let's
so
do it.